Hey guys, quick break. In addition to the first MPO feature card, we are also producing the second MPO feature card this week and next week in Krakow. The full rounds will be available through our YouTube Premium subscription. If you want to support us and also enjoy some more content, go check it out.
Hello and welcome back to the gates of Valhalla. This is round 1 back 9 FPO feature card of the 2025 PCS Open here in Øverås, Norway. I'm Connor Wood and with me, Andrew Gum.
Yeah, great to be here again. As always, great to have you with us. This course is really beautiful. Stunning views all across Norway, especially here on the west coast. Øverås, really nice challenging course for the players. Check out the merch and discs available on the shop and enjoy some great quality disc golf on MDG Media as always.
No doubt, we have a fantastic feature card for you here in day 1. They have earned their spot on the cameras. We see through the front 9, Kristin Lätt, former reigning defending champion. The battle of the Iidas continues. Iida, Emilie, Nesse, Iida, Lähtomäki, and of course Paige Pierce. As the announcer said in front 9, happy to have her back here after a slightly traumatic experience years ago with the ankle injury she took on this very course, but she is resilient and battling as always.
Yeah, another interesting storyline. We have Silva Saarinen out for the tournament with the fever. Matilda Ringbom had took her place on the live coverage feature and playing well as you saw on the scorecard there. Hole 10, par 4, 125 meters. Really interesting shape on this one as well. I like this kind of hole. This is deep in the woods. You got to try to get through everything and move a little bit left at the very end of it if possible to open up this lake gap on the approach. And yeah, only 125 meters, but extremely technical. 4.15 average. This is one of the new ones cut into the backwoods there. We finished up on 9. What do you think about this one?
This is another hole which is using some quite new, fresh land and gives players some interesting options. We see Kristin here looking to access that tunnel straight hyzer. Go now to Paige.
Oh, early release, kicks hard left. There's not too much difficulty on this tee shot really. But it's, yeah, if you do get off the fairway, it's a tough place to be for sure. So
Lähtomäki using the width, finding stability just in time, right at the catch cam. And you can see that angle very well, what she's left with into the green. Here we see Nesse.
that gets a nice reaction off the tree, puts her back into the fairway. Would have most likely skipped into the rough. Paige from the standstill, moving a backhand left to right. Gets some pretty good progress, but still quite a lot of work to do to get up and down. A couple trees in her way, I believe.
And unless you are in the exact perfect spot, even Lähtomäki here in a fantastic position still has very small gaps to hit up to the green. This second shot, this is really the biggest gap you could possibly find here, but still you see forced to shape this very accurately, and that pushes her out into the left with the early release. She gets slapped down, will be outside circle 2 still. Paige dropping to the knee to scramble.
Oh, getting crafty. Does catch an overhanging branch, and she'll be still pretty far from the basket. Chance for a big highlight putt, but not an easy one. Kristin's forehand approach, dead on point as always. Right next to the bucket.
Such good distance off the tee. That upshot really just available for her. Textbook execution here of hole 10. We go now to Nesse. A long look. And simply getting herself close and in position there. Paige has had a tough front 9. And she will have to continue now. Lähtomäki as well with a long look. Just shy. We see currently Kristin sitting in solo first. Nesse now tied second. Some fantastic players on the chase and second chase cards. Holes 9 and 10 definitely can offer some scoring separation, and we see that here. Another two-stroke swing between Paige and Kristin, pars for the Iidas.
Yeah, Kristin getting right back at it from where she left off on the back nine. Way under par now and doing something special out here, it seems. Putting together some really hot score.
No doubt. They can continue here on hole 11. This 90-meter par 3 shaping softly left to right. You have hazard lining the right, left, as well as long. Although for the FPO pin, that long is really far off it. The most common danger is that left side hazard, particularly the most common wind on this hole, as indicated by the flag of that basket, is right to left. So a lot of players will opt either for the forehand hyzer or backhand turnover, and as a result, get pushed down by the wind. As soon as the flight plate is exposed to the left, that right to left wind will just catch that bottom lip of the disc, slam you down. Most importantly, get yourself inbounds and get a look.
Forehand driver shot from Kristin. It's looking pretty good. Fading out right on time. Yes, exactly how you do it right there with the forehand. Lähtomäki going to show the backhand line. Drifting nicely. Flexing back right on time.
Good angle control. She was very wide over the hazard on the release, but knew that that disc would only hold to the right. Didn't have any fade whatsoever at any point. That is great control. Nesse now with a similar looking shape, but didn't take the initial width, and unfortunately carries over to the right and finds that hazard. We go now to Paige.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Circle's edge. Also a nice angle. Just maybe a bit too much on the turn. Still have a chance at it as we see Nesse pitch up. Oh, wow. Really nice putt there from Paige. Way deep. Earning the slow-mo. Check this out.
The unique putting form, a soft Anheuser release to get that extra distance. The flex back into the chains.
It's a thing of beauty right there. Getting the fist pump. Well deserved.
Transfer between two generations of golf right there, Andrew, between Paige and Iida. Love to see that respect.
Very cool. Solid bird. Kristin to get one of her own. There it is. So 3 birdies. And an unfortunate bogey here coming up from Nesse after finding that hazard. Left out of the star frame. Solid gallery building. Good to see. Moving on, hole 12. Par 5, 210 meters. Really fun hole. Pretty tight gap. Long tunnel shot. Need to move a little bit left at the end of it. And then it opens up here. What you see, island green. Very soggy fairway right here. It's been pretty rainy. It's kind of drying out over the last couple days. Luckily, we've got some sunshine, but yeah, here you're not in bounds at all. Over the path and trying to get to this island. Par 5 though, so you don't necessarily have to attack the green, on the second shot if you don't want. But I think we might see some eagles. We did see one from Iida Lähtomäki in the Battle of the Iidas, right? For the practice round earlier in the week. That was very impressive.
Talking about the WFDF China tournament happening later this year. Nations once again battling it out. That's an exciting evolution of the disc golf season. We see there that tee shot getting a little bit caught up along the way. We go now to Lehtomäki. You touched on it, Andrew. She's proved to us that she can execute on this hole. That one gets unfortunately beaten down along the way, but enough progress and most importantly, safe of that left OB.
Paige creaming that gap, but drifting a little bit too much right. Kicks back to the left. From there, it's pretty much a pitch up around the corner to attack the island on your third shot, which can still net you that birdie. This, yeah, just a little bit left at the end of it. Safe, but fairly out of position. See if she can get to that second landing zone that we see Lehtomäki trying to get to. Catches a tree though and rolls back. Still possible to reach the green from there. It's just a little bit longer approach and could be tricky with some of those trees in the way. We'll see. Forehand out. Seems to be serviceable.
Paige calculating the circumstances. Kristin going with a high anhyzer forehand, looking to have it flatten out. And an extra bonus if you can get to the grass to cross rather than those wood chips. Those wood chips can be pretty slippery, particularly for the forehand. You see some slide on the footing that is less than favorable considering the danger of that shot into the island. You really want to be balanced, you want to be poised, and you want to execute that shot as best as possible, slightly more comfortable from the grass than the wood chips, although it is far less common to make it to the grass. We see Lehtomäki here.
Nice die job there.
That's just another pitch up, Andrew. You see how dangerous this hole can play. Her third shot just to try and cross on the fourth into the green, playing for par.
Yeah, Nesse doesn't want to get aggressive either. Pitching it up to the front of that OB line there. Paige going at it, flipping up nice, riding flat, coming in into the circle. Great up.
Very smooth, I believe, leaving her with a birdie putt. Kristin here. So far, a flawless back nine. Really loving this flex angle. Pure control, making the gap look huge and slides it up into the pin.
Wow.
She will put together 3 in a row here on the back nine, showing why she is the reigning defending PCS Open champion. She knows how to play Øverås.
That's impressive.
Also a very smooth shot from Lehtomäki.
Indeed. Forehand up from Nesse. Get some skip. She's there in the circle as well. Not quite as close, but... Oh, maybe just outside. Comes up a little short. Oh, unfortunate. A little bit low right. Splashes out off the cage and chains.
Some short putts left here. Hole 12 historically has been known as one that is particularly difficult, and on this weekend playing 0.63 of a stroke over par at 5.63, only 20% of the field able to find the birdie.
Hole 13. What do we think of this one? The nice par 4, 203 meters. First shot over the pond. A lot of OB. You got to make sure you keep it in the fairway. And it's quite uphill. There's these rocks that line the fairway there a little bit, kind of funnel it down. But that's all inbounds there. Then you move up the hill here, turn slightly from right to left. Basket there. Nice hole here. It's 666 feet, averaging 4.3. Couple good throws will get you up there for a birdie look, but there is some danger with that pond. Kristin on the box, 3 in a row. Start off the back nine. She also got 9, so birdies are really adding up. Putting together some great score here on the opening round. That one skips nicely to the left. Should be just fine.
That one was smoked. A really great piercing shot. Lehtomäki gets it a little bit higher and contends with the left side trees. That bonus distance off the drive is really the qualifier for manageable, or let's say easy birdie. It's possible from where Lehtomäki is, but much more demanding. This is what I meant by piercing shot as well, but the stability just not kicking in time. I believe she is safe, but in the rough. Now, Nesse had a very strong start, but in this back nine has slowed down a little bit now, looking to bounce back after 2 bogeys. She hits the flex into those rocks to the left. She will have a straight to hyzer look. Go first to Lehtomäki. Curious to see if she goes below the trees or above them. She goes over just by a squeak. Weasels her way up to the green.
Nice. I came back right on time. Fought through a lot. She's about pin high. Paige in the rough, as you said. Blueberry bushes all about. Patent pending. Get some distance, but still not brilliant footing. Being on the left side now. Shouldn't be too much in the way, at least. Nesse.
Also playing the high hyzer over the trees, looking to crash in, but you see the punishment of the branches. An unforgiving entrance into the green there for Nesse. Kristin so far up. She has just a turnover forehand, brings it up a bit short, but not by any lack of shape or speed, just the height for her. Paige now. Smooth putter hyzer, and she knows it's good, straight out of the hand.
Yep. A little bit long of the basket, but not too much distance. Little downhill putt coming. Kristin, jumper, connection. Another birdie. And that was a really nice one. C2, well-earned slow-mo here. Let's check it from the catch cam.
Generating power from the legs, the step forwards, the flick of the wrist, the float of the putt, the hyzer to the chains, and the catch of the cage for Kristin Lätt. Stringing together birdies now, 9 under through the first 13.
Yeah, nice Hawkeye focus and clean execution to get in from long range, uphill. And there's a nice putt to save the par there after that unfortunate OB stroke. Lehtomäki with this for bird. Sails it wide left. She had that one pine tree in her way. She had to maybe try to bend it a little bit from left to right. Didn't quite get the angle and ended up wide left. Right on the pole. Coming back for Paige.
Currently sitting at +1. She is looking to battle her way below par, closing out this round 1 in the next 5 available holes. We see par for the Iidas, birdie for our leader, Kristin Lätt, and a par for Paige Pierce. We move on. Hole 14, a 99-meter par 3 sloping softly right to left, and the fairway moving from left to right. The most common shot here is a backhand flex for the right-handed player, something that turns over through the gap, finds the late stability, and utilizes this mulch and pretty quick green to slide on up to the basket. Just about 3 or so meters on the left, and behind it you have a small drop-off, but nothing too dangerous. OB does line long and to the left side, but again, very generous fairway. You can throw into those trees where we see Kristin's disc flying and be still well safe.
I got a little lucky to sneak through those trees. She'll have a look at it. Gradually uphill on this one. Backhand coming up from Lehtomäki. Oh, it was looking really good. Just caught those overhanging branches there at the very end. That was looking like it was going to get all the way up there.
Still is good. Could have been great without that kick. She's up there, though, in circle 2, putting for birdie. Paige, brutal kick out to the left. Going to be slightly harder to scramble than on the right side. We go now to Nesse, hanging on to her under par score. Let's see her preferred shape here. Some players like a very overstable disc released on Enheiser. Some players like something a little more flippy. She leans towards the latter and does filter through the right side, similar to Paige's line, but without the really big kick off the tree. Both the Iidas will be in a similar spot to putt.
Yeah, and speaking of both the Iidas, we did have a practice round with them on MDG. Check that coverage out. And if you need to get some new discs, we have a new thing going on. Just use the promo code, the Battle of the Iidas. Don't forget the parentheses there. And that'll net you 33% off your order. You got to be the first one to do it. Don't miss out. Get on the website, mdgmedia.eu/shop.
We go now to Kristin for the putt. Looking uphill from circle 2. She is just on fire.
All aspects of her game just on point right now. Long range putts connecting. Upshots pretty brilliant. The drives are great too. Great to see her in form here. Opening round of the PCS Open.
And she's been transparent in recent interviews that she's not feeling at her best right now. Had a recent injury to the foot, I believe the toe.
Yep.
Has been struggling with some of the balance in life between disc golf and all of her other responsibilities. But we see her showing up in a big way to defend her title here at the 2025 PCS Open. Of course, this is only rounds 1 of 3. And with uncertain conditions this weekend, very excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, great to see her biorhythm back on point because she's been, pretty jet lagged. The season schedule is quite tricky back and forth. And yeah, this hole is quite tricky as well, I would say. Hole 15, par 5, 258 meters or 846 feet, averaging over that par. Big shot off the tee will get you up here somewhere. You just got to, make sure you don't turn too much left or right because there's OB to be aware of. Then also OB up here when you get more close to the green. Want to get across over there. This green is really nice, built up structure, but also again OB behind. So a lot of OB on this one. Pretty much seems further than it is, I think, from my point of view. I guess it's slowly uphill all the way. That might contribute to what feels like a lot of distance required.
Hole 15, another very difficult hole, playing more than a half stroke over par. Anything from birdie to double bogey is possible. But Kristin with a super pure drive right down the middle, finishes back to the center. That will open up both entrances, left and right, into the green to pick as she chooses. Lehtomäki.
Such a smooth swing, as always, from her. Right there where you need to be, off the tee. Good work. Paige going to go backhand, as per usual. Off the tee, and it's been coming out a little bit early on occasion. That one catches a tree, kicks left. Not in a terrible spot, but not too much distance gained.
Iida sees the early flip, late fade, right up there with Lehtomäki and Lätt. Paige now. This has a nice pump given her lack of distance on the tee, off the tee rather. That is a really nice sort of equalizer, let's say, because you cannot cross that out of bounds river between the green and the fairway unless you're really far into. Playing as this par 5, that's exactly what you need. And I think we'll likely see Kristin and the other Iidas get to a similar position to Paige, despite the differences in their drives.
Yeah, nice display of power there from the veteran. Big spike hyzer up here. Comes down. Pretty good spot. Only about 55 meters left to the basket from there, so that's all you really need. Nesse looking to do something similar. Eyeing up that hyzer. It's looking good. Just like that backdrop. Stunning landscape around here. She's a little bit more left, but still in a pretty good spot. Green, yeah, the basket well within reach from there. Ooh, making the spotter dance and trickles.
She might have hoped that hits the spotter because that goes out of bounds, and her birdie streak likely coming to an end with that penalty stroke. She is now playing for par at best. Paige Nice soft landing, that'll do. She's about 6 meters from the basket here on 15. Can be one of the windier greens. There's the tree line behind it, but just that little elevated plateau can expose it a bit more. You'd really like to see this approach get as close as possible. Iida in a similar position to Paige, just outside that 5 meter mark.
Definitely one of the windier spots on the course. Really casual approach here from Lehtomäki, and it works nicely. So Kristin after the OB. She's going to try to get up there, and she'll have that left to save the par. Keep that clean sheet going at 10 down at the moment, including 5 consecutive birdies here just on the back 9. 6 in a row if you count that finishing. Double turkey time. It's always great to see.
Would have been cool if Iida just abandoned that putt and made that fake pump afterwards. Just give it another go. Not advisable. We go to Lättömäki. Very reasonable distance. And she finds the left side. You look at that flag. You see the right to left. You see the hyzer angle of her putting release. And that result is slightly understandable. We go to Kristin with some compounding errors. You mentioned that clean sheet, Andrew.
It's gone.
Not anymore, but
No.
she's still the leader by a healthy margin. We'll see her poise and composure. She's very experienced in terms of FPO battles.
Yeah, still blowing the field away at this point. As we see Paige get a nice birdie and gain 2 strokes on her, but still going to be 9 back after the tap-in bogey here.
Hey guys, quick pause. A lot of people are involved in this project. Our goal is to grow the sport and share it with as many people as possible. So if you want to support us, subscribe to the channel, like and comment the videos if you like them, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. It seems small, but it really helps us keep creating free content on YouTube. Enjoy the video.
You heard the man. Ring that bell. Ring it good.
Ring a ding ding. This isn't chain reaction. This is YouTube.
But yeah, check
More
out
friendly
that.
bell.
That's some great extra content from MDG that you're doing. Really enjoying that show. We have a...
It was a special one this weekend, let's say that. We have a special hole here, number 16, a very attackable par 4, 156 meters. You first go up the hill, then you go down the hill to this green with OB and water both long and left. The first one can be a bit of a pump, makes your upshot easier. The second one is a much more touchy, angle-driven shot, just trying to enter the green as smoothly and softly as possible. Paige up first. Has this turned over aggressively, but a pretty nice kick that will bring her back into center fairway.
Very nice kick. It's a good spot to be. Not really a common way to get there, but she'll be well happy with that. Lehtomäki down to a t-shirt. Such a nice morning. Great to see the sun shining. That's way up there. She just smashed that.
That was smoked. We see that even with a perfect looking drive, because of the drop off about halfway in the fairway, a drive that looks really pure just gets dragged to the left once you get over that crest. Nesse, unable to get over the crest, is caught up along the way. Kristin, I'm expecting her to really push back. A competitor of her level doesn't like to take bogeys. And that tree saved her from out of bounds,
I would say so as well, yeah. Looked like it was fading hard. Big distance.
So easy to do with that drop-off that you can't really sense from the tee as well as you can maybe feel it once you walk up there. Nesse doing well to get good progress up the fairway from an awkward position.
Yeah, this is a very fun and beautiful hole to play, but you really need to practice it, right? Like you said, it's, you know, pretty blind off the tee. The landing zone is a little bit tricky if you're not really sure what you're going to do. Fairway's a little bit soggy as well, right about there where Paige lands. It's been drying up, like I said, but yeah, it can get a little squishy over there. So you'd like to be a little bit more left if you want to keep your shoes dry. Kristin after that tree love, going to the standstill forehand, flicking it on up there. We got that great disc deal going on. Buy 4, get 1 free. No promo code for that needed. Just check it out from the shop. If you need to get some discs, you can help support MDG at the same time. We really appreciate that.
Kristin, really nice. Gets a little roll up. Extra bonus distance. Lehtomäki gives it a soft bit and a brutal roll for her. She is straddling the line. We may get a slightly closer look later as the players approach. She is right on the edge, clinging.
Yeah, clinging for dear life. I guess look like that rock might have put her back in just a bit. It's hard to tell. We couldn't quite see it from that camera angle. But it is clinging on the edge, as you said.
Nesse as well. That will leave her a putt for par here on this par 4. Her dad caddying at almost every event I see her at, if not every single one. You love to see that family-friendly disc golf, and the support of those loved ones can go a long way for these athletes on the course, traveling away from home, being on the road. Kristin as well, familiar with that.
Yeah.
Both her husband, Silverlet, and her daughter with her this week here enjoying the scenes of Norway. To also, as you mentioned, Andrew, celebrate her birthday just a few days ago.
Yeah, and bouncing right back, like you said,
No surprise.
Getting that birdie after the bogey. She's a champion, so bouncing back is what she does, whether it be a hole, a round, or an event. She always comes back hungry for more and displaying her incredible abilities and resolve. And yeah, as you mentioned, Nesse's caddy, very friendly guy. I think I would put him in the running for caddy of the year, without a doubt.
1,000 rated caddy right there. Nesse in. To quickly touch on Kristin's bounce back here, it's one thing I notice as a distinguishing feature between the really top tier athletes in sports and maybe those good but not great tier athletes is their ability to have that mental resilience and also their hunger to win. They're hungrier than others to really take that down, and you see that in their play, their ability to compose themselves in these critical pressure moments. This one not so pressured, but it's just another example of her composure on the course. Andrew, break down 17 for us.
Yeah, it's a very uphill shot off the tee and a pretty quickly moving left to right shot at for the shape. You want to try to get up as far up the hill as you can. A little bit left helps as well. If you want to open it up, then you see the basket right there, guarded by the birch trees. It's only 127 meters. Doesn't sound like much, but it takes a couple good pulls to get up there.
Full-on horseshoe. You're effectively going backwards after the first shot. This one, you just want to get as far right as possible without going too straight. The only significant danger is throwing too far straight and not far enough right. There's that OB, but Lättomäki in a very nice spot. Anything around where she is sufficient to birdie. This is the other most common, given that it's left to right. The forehand hyzer plays very nicely as well.
This is brilliant. Right up there, prime time. Yeah, I think it's only the really backhand and hyzer shot that can leave you too far right if you really kind of shank it. Otherwise, it's good to be, out there straight and a little left. Not too left. That's pretty okay. I mean, it's not great distance, a little bit longer second shot from there, but the angle's not too bad. So it's a pretty steep slope here, so the footing can be tricky. You don't always get a run up. Certain places you land, it'll be a little bit tougher to get a full run up.
That's a good
great
point. Nesse has pumped that, but you see, Andrew, the point you made. Only the backhand that flexes can really find that OB line, and it comes up quick, particularly if you throw something like a glidey mid-range or driver. Sometimes players will opt for just a putter for that reason. And Paige with a misfire, I think, on the footing there. Right side, however, there's not really any danger whatsoever. So although she's in an unfavorable position, there is no OB to speak of on the right side.
Backhand approach here from Kristin. Looking good.
Oh, off the cage.
Wow, so close to an eagle.
She raised her arms like the eagle wings. You see that?
Yeah.
She's just fully locked in here. That was almost it. I don't think she was impersonating the eagle, but it looked like it from the camera angle.
She almost got herself one, and part of the player experience here at this event is a chance to go see some eagles out on a boat that's provided for the players. And I got to do that yesterday. It was incredible. So majestic. Such a magical experience to see those creatures
Norway,
out there. Yeah.
a special place to bring Disc Golf Pro Tour. Both the Iidas make their way well into circle 1. And just like that, we take it to the green. Paige actually still probably has some work left. Yeah, not quite a putt. Just a short little forehand here.
Ooh, she was
That's
running
a
it.
run, yeah. You love to see it. She is straddling the even line right now, looking to hopefully end her round under, but still some work left. We go first to Lähtomäki.
Oh, very nice putt there. A little bit uphill. Clean in the center. 4 down. Clean on the back 9. Moving right along. She's up there trying to get herself on the lead card for moving day.
17, one of the more friendly holes, had 30% of the field birdie it and a 3.8 average on this par 4. You can see why the distance for a par 4, very manageable. It's really just about avoiding that OB that we saw, as well as getting yourself into the green on the second. But both of those shots achievable, particularly for this top tier FPO field. Paige now, quite a comebacker left after running it, but she's good for it.
Yep. Solid putt there. Kristin here, tapping in a birdie after nearly getting an eagle. Still no pars on the back 9. 11 under total score with that bogey. That is so impressive.
We move on. The final 18. This par 4 is 174 meters. You have OB lining the left and right the entire way. This batch of trees on the right we just passed is what you want to beat on the tee shot to have an open look into this green. You see the fairway narrow and funnel very tightly as we head towards this green, where it then opens up back around the notorious tractor basket. Everybody knows it, everybody loves it. Unless you're a player left with a long putt, that elevation can make it a bit more nerve-wracking. But most importantly, these players are on the final hole of round 1, looking to close out what has been, for the majority of the card, a very successful round, battling for lead card positions tomorrow in day 2.
Yeah, so many memorable moments on that basket. Champions of past years. Oh, the stake nearly saves her, but it does unfortunately trickle OB after connecting with it on the cut roller. Pretty good looking forehand here out on the right side. Prime position.
I like that a lot. Getting more upright on the hill will reduce the feeling and distance of the second shot, just because of the slope. You're throwing more downwards. You can be a little more touchy.
Okay, there is a pond over there. I think she got past it and stayed in bounds.
I think she filtered through. I saw some movement behind the bushes. We'll get to her next lie in a moment. We first go to Nesse, who has slowed down a bit on this back 9, had a pretty great start to the round, has been unable to find the birdie here in these last 8 holes. Perhaps this is her chance to end on a strong note, but this is a big drive to get in bounds from these trees. This is about 90 to 100 meters for a perfect drive to the green. High hyzer.
Rejected at the very end there. A couple trees you have to beat. It's better to come in further right, fade in. Otherwise, you're going to need some luck. Similar in this case. Just comes up pretty short. Trees didn't necessarily stop that. It was more about the lack of distance.
Both of those players will proceed to play from where they crossed OB.
Oh,
Kristin with a
earlier.
funky release there from what was a pretty good spot. She's finding the same error as the others. I believe, Andrew, it was a mid-range, which I think is a good disc choice from her spot, but a little too touchy there on the release. Came out very early and very soft.
Yeah, just an early one. That one pushes past. Kind of it looked good, but just a little too much speed. It is a pretty touchy approach into the screen.
And I think Lähtomäki probably saw the 3 others go short and thought,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the same. Let's make sure we get there. Very easy to then overcompensate. And Paige finds another OB, although right up there on the green.
Yeah, that can definitely happen. In this case, it's a better mistake to make, you know, when, oh gosh. Now it's getting out of hand there.
The green of 18 is bullying our
Yeah.
FPO feature card.
Statistically,
yeah.
hardest hole on the course. So, you know, not too surprising, but kind of surprising in a way that some of these seem to be pretty unforced errors, I would say.
It is, but these players are playing for birdie on a tough hole with a ton of OB. You could play for par pretty easily. All of them could. They're attacking. They're taking the risk, knowing that they can execute these shots that they've done in practice rounds previously. It's just not coming true for them here at the end of round 1. But now we have made it to the putts. Lehtomäki to close out her round.
Now, there's been some trophy controversy lately. Where would you rank the trophies from this event with that Viking theme?
Top 3, no doubt.
Yeah.
There is no question. Seeing them hoist the axe above their head and scream their Viking roar, you know, it's just so cool. It's so aligned with the theme of the course, and we talk cool trophies. Viking trophy has to be up there.
Yeah, so many legendary moments from some of the greatest heroes of the game here on this green. Looking forward to Championship Sunday as we see that triple bogey. Knocks her back to 8 down. Would have been nearly 1050 or more rated round. Could have been perhaps one of the best rounds of her career, if not the best. Unfortunately, dropping 3 of them back at the end there. PCS Open defending champion Kristin Lätt. You had a good start to the event here on day 1. Tell us about it.
Yes, I had a very good start. I felt very powerful on the course today, which I haven't felt for a long time, at least that kind of state I was in. I was able to pick up a lot of birdies, focus on the shot at hand and really trust my game. Made a couple of mistakes here and there, but I mean, it's part of the game, I guess.
Indeed, overall very solid. Unfortunate triple bogey there on hole 18 to finish. What kind of adjustments will you make on that hole for the coming rounds?
I mean, I already knew before the approach shot that I have to throw it long. If I make a mistake, I just have to throw it long. And for some reason, I don't know what happened. I think I was overthinking instead of like trusting my disc and trusting my body that I had been doing the whole round. So yeah, I guess not worry too much. I think the worry started to like creep in. So just sort of let it go, not worry about the result and not really think about anything than disc golf and just enjoy being out here playing this game I love. So yeah, that's what I was doing the most part.
You recently had a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is it like to celebrate in a beautiful place like this?
I mean, it's insane. Yesterday, my husband made me a surprise birthday party on top of this mountain where there was this very nice restaurant and all the friends came over and it was very beautiful. I cannot enjoy these views back home because we don't have any mountains. And I mean, I guess this kind of surrounding you cannot experience anywhere else in the world. So it is very unique and very special, and I guess that's what helped me sort of come to the course and be so relaxed, I feel like. Just taking the day off, enjoying my birthday and enjoying the views.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us and great start to the event.
Thank you.
A radiant interview from our FPO leader, Kristin Lätt. Leading the field here, we see our lead card defined Evelina Salonen, Anneli Togias-Meniste with Anniken Steen.
Yeah, that putt from Lehtomäki was for that lead card position. Unfortunately, sliding OB and missing the putt comeback, but it'll be nice to have a Norwegian represented for moving day here in this beautiful country. Thanks for being along for that. That was a really fun round. That was a really incredible performance from Kristin. Great camera work and production quality as always, and great commentary from you, Connor. So nice to be here in the booth with you.
You as well, Andrew. Of course, as always, biggest thank you to you, the viewer, for joining us. Make sure to join us in round 2.